What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing well. So the topic for this video is going to be about habits that you need to start incorporating into your sleep routine in order for you to really get the best sleep at night. That way you won't wake up, groggy and tired in the morning. So for me, it was a gradual thing. So what I suggest is really setting small goals rather than trying to incorporate all these goals into one, because it's going to be hard. And I know for me, trying to kick some of my bad habits took some time. So start small and then work your way up, because it's not going to be something that you can say, oh, I'm going to do this tonight, and it's going to, I'm going to be able to get the best sleep from doing all of this, all at once. So really just small steps before you actually get to your end goal. So for me, it took me a couple of weeks before I really kicked my bad habits, and I didn't really know until I was watching what I was doing at night that I was like, whoa, these things are, what are stopping me from getting getting to bed on time. So once I figured out what that is, then that's one thing you need to do. Once you figure out what it is you're doing that's having a negative impact on your sleep, start changing that little by little, and then at the end you'll notice that you've been able to correct all your mistakes, and you have a bed. You're able to set a time for you to go to bed and stick with it. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so first habit that you want to start doing is to stop using your electronic devices at night. I know that's a hard thing to ask because we are all glued, nowadays, we're all glued to our electronics, and it's really hard for us to really get away from it. So if you can, maybe 1 to 2 hours before, really 2 hours before you're going to sleep, put your devices away somewhere that you can't easily reach it. So like in another room, a dresser that's far away from the bed, anywhere that you, like I said, you can't immediately reach over and get it. And why you want to do that is because the blue light emitted from these electronics actually suppresses the melatonin that your body produces, and it's a necessary hormone that you need for sleep. And actually what you can do is, instead of picking up electronic, pick up, like a paperback book to read. Something that is, should I say, more relaxing, to the point where, it's easy for you to fall asleep. Tip number 2 is cutting your snacking time right before bed. So really, and I know we all have these cravings right before we go to bed, and usually it's not the good cravings. It's like, so I know it's like greasy chips and candy, chocolate, all that. So you really need to stop that. And so reach for something like nuts or banana, or even some whole grains and some cherries. Those are really rich in melatonin. So try and reach for snack foods like that, instead of, those regular greasy and sugary treats that you may like to have. So tip number 3 is to take a nice soothing bath. So I say about a 20-minute bath should do you good. You can put in some essential oils in there to really get you relaxing, and the smell will also help you relax as well. So I find that soaking for no more than 20 minutes really relaxes me, and it really kind of just winds me down and makes me even a little tired enough that after I get out of it, that I'm pretty much ready for bed. So I would suggest that, if not every night, maybe every other night or so, to really just help you as far as getting to sleep. Okay, habit 4. You really want to kick any caffeinated drinks before you go to bed. So I say even like stop drinking 3 to 4 hours before you go to bed, because all that caffeine is really just going to make you jittery, and it's going to make you harder to fall asleep. So instead, I say reach for some chamomile tea, even water as well. That can make you bit more calmer, and really help you get to sleep. Okay, habit 5. This is also helpful. Try in really 3 hours. Okay, so some of us like to exercise, and we think exercising vigorously will help us actually to feel tired enough that, it'll help us for sleep. But really all that's going to do is pretty much the opposite. It's going to just make you more awake and energized, and completely defeat the purpose of trying to, make you tired and get to sleep. So really cut your exercise time maybe 3 hours before you're going to go to sleep. Instead, you can actually do some yoga poses instead, which are really relaxing and will help you calm down, make you more comfortable and more at ease, and that way you can, get to sleep better. It just relaxes you. So I like to do a couple, maybe like 3 yoga poses before I actually get into bed, and I find that, it really kind of calms my mind from the stress of the day, and it relaxes the muscles, and it just really just gets you ready for sleep. So I would recommend doing just a couple, maybe 3 yoga poses before going to sleep. So some of the yoga poses that I like to do are, so I'll lie on my back with my legs elevated against the wall, and my butt as close to the wall as possible so it supports my lower back. And this simple move really relieves stress and swelling and improves circulation. Next yoga pose is the knees to chest. And basically you just bring your knees to your chest, wrap your arms around your legs like you're giving yourself a big hug. Inhale and roll your shoulders down away from your ears. And then exhale and use your strength of the arms to squeeze and gently press the thighs down towards the core. So those are just a couple of yoga poses that I do at night that really help me to sleep. Okay, next habit, and I know this is really hard for some people to do because this involves really stopping your fur babies from sleeping with you in bed. Now, if your dogs are well trained, I guess at night, that they don't really bother you and you have no issues with that, then, skip it. Skip this habit. But if you're noticing at night that your dogs are repeatedly waking you up, either, to let them out, and then to let them in, and then, sometimes they just want you to, give them affection, that's really going to hinder you as far as your sleeping, and then you're going to feel it the next morning when you're groggy and, you're wondering why you didn't get the best sleep. That's why. So if you can, what you would, what I recommend you doing if your dogs are trained and, they're potty trained, kick them out of your room, put them either, in another room, or if they're fine to be outside, put them outside away from you. That way you're not getting up repeatedly at night to take care of their needs. And for me, that was easy because my dogs like to sleep with me in my room, and they tend to fart, which is what wakes me up from a dead sleep because it smells like they use the bathroom in my room, when actually it was just their farts are just really that bad. So they will either wake me up because of their farting, or they have to go outside, and then when I let them outside, they whine to come back in. I had no problem kicking them out because it just got to a point where it was so annoying having to do that almost every night. So I've trained them enough that, they can sleep at night, they don't bother me, and make sure definitely not to feed them, close to bedtime, because they're going to want to use the bathroom. So feed them ahead enough that, you have time for them to let them out, use the bathroom, and then they'll be good to go at night. So okay guys, the last tip I have for you is an important one, and that is to take time for yourself. And that means really after you get off work and maybe after you've had some time to eat, which is, like I said, early on, 3 to 4 hours before your actual bedtime, really just take some time for yourself. So if relaxing to you is watching TV, set a time limit on, how much TV you're going to watch. You really don't want to go overboard and start binge watching like all the way until midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's fine if you want to watch TV. That's your way of relaxing. That's cool. Just limit yourself so you're not overindulging. And just anything that really relaxes you, do that after, maybe a long day of work, or you just had a bad day. Just doing something that really relaxes you will actually help you, as far as getting to bed at night. So for me, usually what I like to do is after I get home, and I actually like to go to the gym. That's relaxing for me. So I'll probably spend like maybe an hour over at the gym doing whatever, and then when I get back, I have I'll have probably a snack, and then later on, an hour later, I'll have dinner, and then by the time I, get ready for bed, I am so relaxed, and I feel less stress, and it's just easy for me to really just get into bed, lay down, and go to sleep. So just anything that makes you really winds you down, try doing that, and that's really going to help you as far as, relaxing and getting to sleep. So guys, that is all my tips for some healthy habits that you want to start incorporating into your night routine to really get the best out of your sleep, because we all need our sleep, and if we don't get our sleep, we're pretty catty in the morning. So I hope these tips, I hope maybe you incorporate these tips, and maybe they'll help even in the long run. And maybe maybe this video is not for everyone, because maybe you guys have certain ways, maybe the ways that I recommended are really not for you, and you have your own habits that you do that help you get to sleep. I'm just, pointing out some stuff for me that really work, and maybe they'll work for you as well. So I hope you guys liked the video. As always, make sure to give it a thumbs up and to hit that subscribe button, because I would really appreciate it, you guys. And really have a good night. Hope you guys get a good night's sleep, and I will see you guys in my next video.